And man, I was so damn broke. I could even afford a membership at the YMCA. So I used to walk by, and they had a jogging track, and when no one was looking, I'd jump the fence. I jumped the fence and start running around the track to make it look like I was already there.
So take us back to that time. Like when did you start, and when how long was the career?
Dude, you know what? I started in bodybuilding because I loved wrestling.
Really?
Oh, I was a wrestling fanatic as a kid, man. I used to love, I don't know if you remember Tony Atlas.
Oh, of course, yes.
You know, and Jesse the Body used to call him Bony Tony because he had wicked arms, chest, shoulders, but the legs are, more like a prisoner physique, Yeah. I hope Tony don't see this and get mad at me, but no, I love me some Tony Atlas and Rocky Maravito, The Rock's dad, Billy Superstar, Billy Graham, remember those guys?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, and it's like, so that's what got me into bodybuilding, Now, what's crazy is when I first started, the first year I started, your thing, no days off? Mm-hmm. I literally trained for over a year, no days off.
Wow.
I've written about this in so many books, and talk about it where when I was a kid, I loved bodybuilding so much. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, I was eating cakes and ice cream, KFC, trying to gain weight.
Yeah.
Because I was always a skinny, muscular kid. Okay. Skinny but muscular.
Yeah.
And so to trying to gain weight, I thought that's what you did. Luckily, I was 17 years old, so it didn't really matter what you eat. No fat stayed on me.
Right. Especially when you're working that hard, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm training every single day. I started off training at the YMCA,
yeah.
And then I would just sneak in and went downstairs where they had a gym. The gym back then was like, what the hell is this? But I didn't know any better. They had dumbbells, and they had remember those jungle gym?
Uh-huh, yep.
Yeah, they had a good one of those, and that's really where I started out, man,
And then did you start into lifting weights knowing that you wanted to have a bodybuilding career, or was it just you were just fascinated with lifting weights?
No, I was just fascinated. I actually played pro ball.
Okay.
Yeah, but bodybuilding has always been my love. I just loved how it looked. But I wanted my older brother to be the one to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he didn't end up he didn't pick it. He ended up getting involved, but after me, yeah. And once I started, I was just like, man, I love this. I never wanted to stop. But I never thought about competing, like you were saying, I'd buy all the magazine and, looking at Lou and Arnold. Arnold wasn't my favorite. Lou was my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I loved Lou Ferrigno, Robbie Robinson. These guys is who I looked up to, and I was like, man, it's so crazy. But I never thought I could be that, And after a couple of years of training, I met a gentleman by the name of Winston Robert, who, he's like, man, you should compete, kid, And I'm like, I'm like 18 years old, almost 19, and he's telling me how good I am, but I have no damn clue what he's talking about, Yeah. So after training for a couple of years, and he's still encouraging me to do it, but I didn't know how to diet for a competition either. So I just started asking questions to people, my first competition, I did an article in Muscle Mag talking about the first time I competed, man, how crazy it was. I literally went on stage in my underwear.
No way.
I shit you not, man. It was like one of those Fruit of the Looms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Because they say you need to go and everyone's telling me what you have to wear, right? The craziest thing is, they say you had to shave, and I didn't know what to do. And if you remember this thing called Nair.
Of course, yeah.
Dude, I Nair my body.
Did you burn your skin off? I think we've all done that before.
Dude,
yeah.
man. I put Nair on my skin, get the hair off, but by then you're so blotchy. Then they tell me you have to paint your body, because I'm biracial, so my skin is I'm high yellow, like a fucking banana. So they tell me, yeah, you need to get more darker, more brown. So I went out and buy paint.
Like
paint.
Paint. Oh God.
Dude, luckily I did not use this shit. But I was ready to paint myself. I just someone has told me, no, dude, that's not what we mean.
That's not exactly what we mean.
And nowadays it's all fancy and they got guns to spray you
right.
and all that stuff. Back then it was just a brush, it was just like, so someone painted me and I did the competition. It was Mr. Montreal because I'm originally from Montreal, Canada. Okay. I did that. I think I won. I think I won it or I took second, And then I see the photos and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know I looked that way, And I just kind of kept going and, keep looking at more. I started admiring more bodybuilders and seeing who I really like. And I loved Gary Stratham. I don't know if you heard of him.
Doesn't sound familiar. But.
He, you remember when Vince McMahon started the WBF?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Gary was the top guy that Vince signed.
Okay.
And Vince was great for bodybuilding because, Weeder would put guys on contract, but he'd be giving them like 25,000, 50,000. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
And Vince McMahon came in and started handing out hundreds of thousands. So he took the shit to the next level.
Right.
Yeah. He gave Gary 2 years, 1.3 mil. Man, you're like, damn.
Yeah, back then that was a lot of money. So
yeah. Oh.
But what year was that?
That was I want to say 91.
Okay.
1990, 99.
Yeah, that's a lot of money back then. Like a lot.
Here's the truth. Most people are walking around chronically dehydrated, and the water they're drinking to fix it is actually working against them. It's stripped of minerals, or it's loaded with contaminants and microplastics, and it's all coming from these plastic bottles. So you're drinking more, but you're getting less. So my team and I, we fixed that. We created No Days Off Premium Water. We take it through an 8-step reverse osmosis process. It comes out contaminant-free, PFAS-free, microplastic-free. Then we put back what your body actually needs: calcium, magnesium, and potassium. The electrolytes you sweat out and the minerals that run over 300 reactions in your body. We balance it to an 8.1 alkaline pH for hydration that works at the cellular level. And we can it in aluminum, never plastic. So nothing leaches out into your water and nothing sits in the landfill. That's the hack. Hydration done the right way. Not more water, better water. But I'll be straight with you. Water is only half of it. The other half is showing up and doing the work. No days off. That's the whole reason this brand exists. So here's what I want to do for you. If you're local to, or even just visiting, Nashville or Miami, I want to give you a free workout at Legacy. On us, no catch. You come in, you train with our team, you feel what No Days Off is all about. So if you're serious about your health and you're anywhere near Nashville or South Florida, come see us. Book a free session at legacyfit.com. Walk into Legacy and tell us the big dog sent you. We'll take care of the rest.